Hi guys! On this video series, I will be sharing how I created this jacket, starting with my flat template, then adding fabric and shading to create what's called a float, and then every step I did to get to a more realistic and 3D looking garment. Let's begin with my setup. The first step I do when I am going to sketch line art is adjusting my screen pressure. Trust me on this one, and thank me later. By doing this trick, you'll notice that your pen lines will be smoother and with less effort. Go to the wrench icon, open Pressure and Smoothing, and drag the straight line into a curve as I show you here. Then simply close and see the difference. Same pressure, better results. Now let's add my base flats template. This set is available for purchase on my website, and as always, it's super affordable. For this style, I use number 17, which is the front view loose fit top. Select the arrow at the top and scale it up to your liking. Since this is just a base for my rough sketch of the garment, let's open the layer setting by tapping on the end letter and slide the opacity down. Now add a new layer and go to the wrench. Open the canvas settings, switch the drawing guide toggle on, and tap on Edit Drawing Guide. Now make sure it's set to symmetry, and align the vertical line to the center line on the flat. Next, I went back to the wrench and toggled on Reference. Tapped on Image and Import Image to access my Photos app and add an image of a jacket that I had previously saved. This will be my reference for the design details. You can pinch with your fingers to adjust the size of the image and move the window around as you like. Next, we'll tap on the new layer we just created and tap on Drawing Assist. This will turn on the drawing guide we set up previously. And let's start the fun part by sketching the basic outline for our design. This can be a rough sketch and doesn't have to be super clean lines, just good enough for your garment to take shape. As you can see, I am not using my reference image to copy the fit, but something to get the basic construction details from. The next step gets a bit tricky, so you'll need to put extra attention into it. What we need to do is to separate the pieces of the garment based on how we want to use shadows. For this, a good rule of thumb is to follow the main seams of the garment. Add a layer, slide it under your sketch, and paint each pattern piece with a basic paintbrush on any color that's not white. For this jacket, we've got 2 front pieces for the body, 2 for the yoke, the collar, the cuffs, and the waistband. Because the front, body, yoke, and waistband pieces will overlap, I painted them separately. The sleeves and cuffs I kept on the same layer, as they are separate enough where it won't bother when I start to add shadows. This will make more sense later on. The key factor to keep in mind are the parts of the garment that overlap. If you are not sure, simply create a layer for each section of the garment. You can easily merge them later if you need it. Now let's change each of the pieces we just created to white. This will be our background base blocks for adding the fabric texture. And don't worry, through the different steps on this series, I will be showing you the first couple of moves and then speeding up the video playback to make it less boring. Also, remember that if any of the steps seems too fast, you can slow it down using your YouTube playback settings as well. Since we've got our garment pieces done, let's turn the sketch opacity down. Now it's time to add our denim fabric texture. To do this, we will add a new layer above each of the sections we've just created, tap on each, and select Clipping Mask. Once again, add a layer, tap on Clipping Mask, and repeat. Now let's pick a denim color and open the brush library to select the texture we like. Here, I am using Denim 1 from the set available on my website. The set is only a few bucks and has a great variety of denim fabric styles. If you don't like the color you picked, you can simply choose another and switch it by dragging and dropping it on the piece you just did. The next step is not quite as visible on denim, but I wanted to include it anyway so that you know how to use it on other fabrics. Select the fabric piece by tapping on the arrow and select Wrap from the menu. Tap on Advanced Mesh and use the anchor points to mold the fabric to give it a more 3D effect. Once again, add your denim texture, tap on the arrow, tap on wrap, select advanced mesh, and adjust the anchor points. Because each garment is different, it's hard to give you a standard technique for this. But in general, think of the weight of the fabric you are sketching and how would gravity pull from it. Find your tension points and pull down from there. Another trick is to rotate your canvas, as the texture of the brush will remain matching the grid. In this case, because the sleeves are bent at an angle, I rotated the garment to match the vertical lines on the grid. And then I worked on the forearm area with the advanced mesh tool. Once you're happy with the results, tap on the arrow to select the fabric piece again and slide 3 fingers on the screen going downwards. This will open up the copy and paste menu. Select copy. Repeat and select paste. Next, tap on flip horizontal and slide the piece of fabric to the other sleeve. Open the duplicate layer and make it a clipping mask. Now I'll speed up the video while I apply the denim texture to the rest of the garment. Thank you for following along, and I will see you on part 2 of this tutorial, where I will show you how I added the faded seams, stitching details, and buttonholes. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it helps the channel grow.